stand by for action.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave Milner. I am the Unpleasant Blind Guy, and I want to welcome you to part one of this episode of the Unpleasant Blind Guy on EDL Radio. Now remember, if you want to contact me with comments, questions, show suggestions, Awesome American suggestions, I'm available at UBG Contact on Twitter, on social media or I can also be found as Dave Milner or Agador, that's Aggedor, on Mumblet, the Tea Party Community, Spreely, Minds, MeWe, or Gab. Now let's begin.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the English Defence League radio show, broadcasting live on blogtalkradio.com. The English Defence League radio show, the truth and the voice of the EDL. We're coming from occupied territory at this moment in time, and that's what it feels like. But anyway, guys, we've got a very interesting show this evening. I will read out, Dave, thank you very much for the slides and the script here, a little bit of scripting there that you've done for me. It's really appreciated, buddy. Welcome to the English Defence League radio show with your host, that's me, Jeff Spider Mitchell, and my panellist this evening is Dave Agador Milner. Jan, the Tornado Rene, is on an assignment. Tonight, after watching MEP candidate Mr. Tommy Robinson's supporters was attacked by a frenzied mob of the Muslim Defence League, who was marched from their claimed area into a predominantly working class, non-Muslim part of Oldham. Why the police did this, none of us know their reasoning, apart from using this jihadi gang to shut down the peaceful campaign rally. It was disgusting to watch as Mohammedans launched missiles, men, women and children, who quite a few was injured. This was disgraceful. But Dave and myself will be playing clips of how this unfolded, plus more from the United States and elsewhere across the globe. Foot soldiers, angels, Brexiteers, supporters of the cause, and of course our great global patriots. This is your platform and voice. Please call in. No surrender ever. With that, I'd like to read on. All that is necessary for evil to prevail is that good men do nothing. And that was caused by the late great Edmund Burke. Also going to say, those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. And that was caused by President John F. Kennedy.
Good evening to you, and good evening to everybody in the UK, and good afternoon to everybody in the United States. Yeah, we have got quite the show today, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot happened yesterday on the campaign trail for Mr. Tommy Robinson, and we have a lot of things to play for you guys, and a lot of commentary to go along with it, along with some other things. But this is the time of Ramadan, and we know that the Muslims are even more virulent now than they usually are. So, Jeff, what I want to do is go ahead and play a part of a documentary that Tommy Robinson spent all night basically making. And it has to do with what really happened in Oldham. Now, you guys have seen, you listeners have seen news accounts of what happened, or what they say happened. But we're going to, through this documentary, let you know what really happened. And yes, I did edit it slightly for time and a little bit for language, because this show, of course, is also going to be played over my show, basically under my flag, The Unpleasant Blind Guy, on Spreaker.com through SHR Media. So I did edit it just a little bit for language and a little bit for time, because the documentary is a video, of course, and you guys won't get a whole lot of satisfaction out of just hearing a bunch of people yelling and stuff like that. There are some other things that we did leave in, or I did. And what was just under a 20-minute video is now just under a 17-minute audio, and I'm hoping this will work. So, Jeff, if you will allow, I'll go ahead and start this up now.
Yes, please go ahead, because unfortunately mainstream media lie and lie and lie. That's the trouble. You feel like in Venezuela sometimes, Dave. That's how bad it is now in the United Kingdom. It's really sad that that's the case. But please continue, Dave. I'm looking forward to listening to what Tommy has to say about this.
Okay, yeah, and you're right, folks. Whatever you've heard over the BBC, whatever you've seen in the Daily Mail, the Mirror, the Sun, all that stuff, throw that right out the window. This is what really happened. This is Tommy Robinson. You can get this off of tr.news, by the way. This is what really happened. All right, you're listening to the English Defense League radio show. Here we go. This will be just under 17 minutes, folks.
Before I've entered any city on my election campaign, the local Labour MPs, supported by the establishment's media, run hit pieces and smear pieces against me, labelling me, talking about not wanting hate or division or racism. With zero evidence against those accusations, zero evidence at all, they whip up people ready to attack me. On Saturday, I visited a working class estate in Oldham. Just like for the last 3 weeks, I've travelled the northwest visiting different working class estates. Each one of my events have been peaceful, family events where people have brought their children, so an opportunity for me to speak to my future constituents. The difference for Oldham was, for the past week, a Muslim organisation on Facebook has literally been inciting attacks against me and organising and planning attacks against me in Oldham, telling people to come and throw milkshakes at me. But not just milkshakes, anything they want. So before getting to my political rally, I decided to take a walk through Oldham town centre. I had some interesting debates with members of the public.
I'm from Afghanistan, and I appreciate what you do for your people. And I like what you do for your people.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah?
Thank you.
I know, some people are doing bullshit in this country. They shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, bro.
We come to this country, we should respect their law, we should respect their traditions, and we should respect their culture.
Thank you, bro.
Innit?
Fair play. Respect, man. Respect, bro.
Good man.
Respect, bro. Little did I know that loads of masked thugs were on their way to attack my family-friendly event. The biggest shock from what happened on Saturday, what you're going to witness, is that hundreds of Muslims wearing balaclavas, intent on violence, were marched and escorted for miles by Greater Manchester Police. They were marched to our campaign event. Our campaign event, miles away from any Muslim community. They were marched there intent on violence, and they come armed with bricks, and they attacked a family event with women and children present.
Time to show Tommy what time it is, guys. You guys, make sure you go and show some support to the locals, yeah? Go and join the Muslim Defense League page if you're on it. I'm in Oldham today, guys. Remember this next time, Halifax. Next time, come out like these brothers have in Oldham, yeah? Yeah, we've got about 300 people with us, bro. Let's go to the front line with my boys. The Halifax Pakistanis repping in Oldham.
And they've come from Halifax Pakistanis. Halifax isn't even in the northwest. This is premeditated. Gangs of young men, young Muslim men, armed and wearing balaclavas, intent on attacking a political campaign. Not just intent on attacking it, but aided and abetted and supported and directed there by the local police.
We're here, man. We're here. Where are you? Boys, we're not here 10 minutes. Run back into the area logically. Yeah, where are they all, man? No one disses our religion. Tommy, you piece of shit. We're here. Come on. You crying on Twitter and everything, you little bitch.
Hey, lose this job! Here we are in Oldham, and there's a gang of young Muslims trying to fight their way past police lines to come and attack us, or silence Tommy. And so the police are obviously quite worried. I think they're going to be getting the tear gas out shortly. Because they've been stopped from this entrance here, and they've wandered all the way around to the left.
Right, everyone who's got kids, get your kids inside the house. Someone open a house for the kids. Get your kids. If they come through there, I'll tell you what you want to do. If you want to get anyone out there, get that girl and the kids and take the kids out of here. Take the kids out of here.
Come on then! Back up!
Take these kids. Is there a police escort waiting? Is there a police escort waiting for that car? Get the kids out of there and take them on the escort. Has anyone else got kids here?
Alright, mate.
Well, there's a police escort waiting for me to move this. So you go in the police escort, he'll take you wherever. Just park up somewhere in the pub and we'll come and meet you, yeah? Right. Officer! Where's the police escort? They're waiting for you there. Go on. Do your window up, and then cover their faces in case bricks come through. Cover their faces. Bricks and bottles.
Yeah, so they're asking, can we ask you just to come out of the way for the time being while we're calming down?
I know
it's not you personally, but obviously with a clashes.
Hold on, so you've got officers under attack by who?
By the council protest, mate. I have no idea who it is.
We're not close enough.
The council protest, that's all we know, mate.
Here you'll see the political correctness. When asking the police officer to identify who it is that's attacking their police officers, he says counter-protesters. Do these people look like ordinary counter-protesters, wearing balaclavas? His political correctness can't even bring him to admit it's gangs of Muslim youths that are attacking the police.
So they're shutting down our election campaign. Welcome to Oldham. This is what happens when you try and have a political opinion where you dare to talk about the problems. This is what meets you. But we chose specifically not to go near an area where this could happen. That's why we come here. We come here for the safety of our own supporters. My main concern here is that our supporters have come out for a political rally and lots of them are getting hurt. This is the first town we've come to with a large Muslim population, and look at the scenes. Look at the scenes.
Well, there we go, peaceful Muslims! Peaceful Muslims! Get them all on camera!
Muslim organisations have been inciting violence day in, day out for today. It's been encouraged, it's been allowed by social media. The police have made 0 arrests. They've been organising themselves and they've been walked down to destroy and ruin our campaign rally. I want to say, every one of you that have turned up, thank you, you've shown bravery and courage in being here. We've got children having bricks and bottles thrown at them by gangs of Muslim youth. All we're trying to do is hold an election campaign rally. We have specifically chosen not to go into the city centre. We specifically chose not to go near any Muslim estates in order for there to be no trouble. And still, they've come to these estates. They've come out of their areas and come to attack our campaign rally in a non-Muslim area. And still, watch the media try and spin this completely.
We're telling the police to go and do their job. We're telling the police that family's under attack.
As I predicted, the media would spin everything. Let's have a look at the Daily Mirror article. The Daily Mirror article has a picture of 7 Muslim men attacking a lone individual in a race-hate attack. But they say people fighting. People fighting. Let's have a look at the video of actually what was happening there. This is a local resident being targeted by gangs like a pack of animals, violently beating him just because he was attending a political rally in his own estate. Men from out of town have come to attack him. And look how the media report on it. And the Manchester Evening News. Objects thrown and police vehicles smashed as violence erupts at Tommy Robinson demonstration. That's not what happened. We were holding a political rally with families. We were violently attacked. Let's have a look now. It says police vehicles smashed. Why are they not reporting who smashed the vehicles? Let's have a watch of the video so you can see who smashed those vehicles up.
See, this is what happens, you f*** with us. Yo, guys. Wow, look at them bombs going off, man. Look at your faces, you know. Come on. Yo. This is what happens when Tommy comes to town.
Look at the BBC headline. All of these headlines, none of them tell you the truth of what happened. None of them name who the aggressors were. All of them paint a picture that I went into a town and started smashing up with my supporters. The complete opposite of the reality that happened. Why are they lying to you? And just so we get a full house, let's have a look at the Daily Mail's reporting on this. All of the mainstream media have lied to the public about what happened.
Lastly, let's look at the Independent newspaper, who are absolute trash. Tommy Robinson, police vehicles damaged during clashes at campaign event in Oldham. But wait for it, they actually joke in the line below and say that no milkshakes believed to have been thrown during the disturbances. Not only do they write the headline to push fake news that somehow I have caused damage to police cars, but they then make a joke about a previous assault, whilst ignoring the fact that violent masked Muslim gangs have travelled miles to attack innocent women and children. We all talk about our rights and our freedoms. We all see our freedoms disappearing before us. The ability to have a campaign in 10 years' time, or 5 years' time, in fact today, the ability to have a safe and free democratic political campaign in Oldham is gone. It's gone already.
Look what they've just thrown. There's women and children. Families come under violent hostile attack by gangs of Muslims armed wearing balaclavas supported by the police. That's the reality. That's what the headline should have said. Innocent bystanders, innocent members of the public going to a political rally. Their right and my right were violently attacked. But not one of the mainstream media have told you that. How many of these videos that you're seeing now in this, how many of them have you seen? How many of them have the news reported? Could you imagine and reverse the roles? Imagine a Muslim politician talking to the Muslim community and hundreds of young English men wearing balaclavas were escorted there by the police to throw rocks, missiles, to throw scissors and attack them when there are children there. Imagine that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call Pakistani men from my community. This is Ramadan. This is what you call peaceful Islam. I want to address the Pakistani men from my community. Shame on you! We have the right to have a political rally. The Pakistani men have no right to come here and attack young kids in the crowd by throwing bricks and balls. Shame on the Pakistani community. I think, to be honest, the longer I stay here, the longer they're going to stay here. As it gets into the evening, the last thing we want is them not rioting across the city. So I'm going to make the decision. I'm going to leave. I'm going to love you all. I'm going to thank you all. I'm going to say, look, thank you all for coming, man. I am sorry. I'm sorry that the way this has been policed has allowed that. I'm sorry that there's members of this. In fact, it's not members of this town. They've travelled from everywhere. I've just heard online they've got Halifax Pakistanis. They've come from everywhere, they have. They've come from everywhere to kick off and cause violence. And the worst thing is, all the intelligence was there online. All the people inciting it were online. But I think the best thing, so that there's less disorders, for me to leave. So I thank you all for coming, yeah? We've got female supporters being glassed and attacked.
Mate, I've just been glassed in my face.
Fucking bitch been glassed up then from where were you? Where were you?
Mate, he's just put a pint glass in the face. So I'm making an arrest.
If this doesn't make you vote on the 23rd of May, nothing will. Make sure you vote.
We've seen bricks being thrown at families and scissors. They're throwing scissors.
Throwing scissors?
Show me that on camera, show me that on camera.
How are the media not telling you this? How has this been twisted and turned? Why don't they want you to know the reality of what happened? And then the local Labour MP, Jim Mackern, said that we had a peaceful rally in the town centre. We didn't have any problems. You didn't have 300 balaclavaed up thugs directed to your rally by the police to violently attack you with weapons, did you, Jim? Now, why would the police allow this? Why would this be allowed to happen on an election campaign? You've all witnessed, I've been physically assaulted multiple times. You've seen the police trying to prevent me campaigning in Carlisle. And now this. Why would they let this happen? I'll let Mohammed tell you that.
I appreciate you speaking to me, but what my concern is this, right? Men from my community, you know exactly why they were out there, and they were here to cause trouble. Why on earth did the police officers did not stop them right at the end, right at the start of it? Is because they wanted this reaction to happen. Why?
We certainly don't want it to happen.
Your chief constables do. Why? Because they wanna label Tommy. They wanna label Tommy's supporters as the troubleshooters. That's why. Right. And you're playing into the hands of your chief constables under their orders. This is why this has happened.
Right. Okay.
The establishment has literally thrown everything at me during this campaign. But I never would have imagined they'd have their police lead a Muslim mob wearing balaclavas to my family-friendly campaign event to attack it. We all have a choice on May 23rd. I need you. If you want to send a message to all those traitors in Parliament, then vote for Tommy Robinson on May 23rd. It started off with milkshakes, and then it was eggs, and then bricks and violence, and complete attacks against innocent families. You've now witnessed what happened. The scary thing is, not one single politician, not one media outlet has condemned the behaviour of these masked thugs. Instead, they've all spun it completely and led the public to believe that my supporters and myself caused disturbances in Oldham on May 23rd. Send them all a message. I need every single one of you. Share this message everywhere. Share the truth. That's what I'm asking you to do. Share the truth about what happened in Oldham. Share it to your email list. Share it in your WhatsApp group. And let's send all of them a message together on May 23rd. Change is coming.
For those of you worried about the children who had to be escorted out earlier from the demonstration, we caught up with them later on.
The card's in my boot. Yeah. I'll read it and put it on Telegram when I get home now. Cheers, thank you. See you later, darling. Thanks a lot. No, cheers, thank you. Thank you, little man. And I'll read your card later, darling, alright? Alright, you alright? See you later. See you later, bruv. See you soon. See you later, little man. Alright, sounds. See you soon.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's quite moving to see what was thrown. I was watching it. As it was unfolding. I could hear the fear in the kids, and Tommy having to put the kids, babies in the van and get them to drive away. Because that's how dangerous it was. And that's what I think gets to us, that the police orchestrate this. They allowed it to happen. They had we all knew Oldham was going to be a hot spot. We all heard. But it seems that they were so determined to cause a confrontation. Don't they realise there was women, children, babies in arms there? Have they gone so far down the dark path now? Is there no returning for them? Are they truly the enemy now? Dave, I pose that question to you because what I see was totally disgraceful. Now, one thing I will say, that those good people in that working class community did not rise to the bait. They did not rise to it. They could have rushed forward through the police lines and attacked or done whatever when they come under attack, but they didn't. They were very dignified. They was, what can I say? I was very proud of every single one. They was under different difficult situations. You know, I passed saying to Dave, and it's all sudden that what I told you, Dave, that seems like it's disappeared off of Twitter. I won't go into no details until there was some confirmation of it, but I did pass something yesterday to Dave. It was mentioned on the Telegram, because I was on Telegram at the time, a young lady called Kim. I'm not going to do too many details, but her life could be dangerous. You don't, these days, we don't know. We live in a really dangerous time now, I would say. Is it almost as bad as Venezuela? It's getting there. It's getting there. It really is very quick. But Dave, you listened to it and you watched it, didn't you, Dave? I'm going to pass it to your brother.
Well, Jeff, now, as it happens, yes, that thing that you sent me off of Twitter did disappear, and fairly quickly, too, but it didn't disappear fast enough to where I couldn't get an audio of it. Now, if you want, once we run the promos, because it's time to do that now, we've actually been on for half an hour, believe it or not. We can come back. We can come back and do a little bit more commentary on what happened, and then we can run that.
We'll play that. We'll play that clip. Yeah, why not? Why not, Dave? If they haven't made out, because you know everything now these days is as soon as it's put up, and this seems.
Oh yeah.
What I heard and what you saw, Dave, what we both saw, there was some authenticity behind it. So, yeah, Dave, if you want to do what he's going to do,
right.
we'll play the promos, and then we'll come back and we'll revisit that. I'm glad you still got that audio, brother. Well done, Dave. Well done.
Oh yeah, well you've got, folks, you've got to do that these days. If you have a way to record audio. When you see one of these things, if you have a way to record audio, if you have a way to record video locally to your computer, do it. Because if you don't, a lot of times this stuff will get pulled and you'll never see it again. Just like that post got pulled. I'm sure that that was pulled by Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, and once we're done with the SHR Media promos here, which we're about to play, we'll come back and we'll play that particular one, and then we have a couple more. And we do have a lot of commentary on this because just to give you guys a taste of how I'm looking at it, in my opinion, this is a perfect example of state-sponsored terrorism, and the state was the United Kingdom. So we're going to go ahead here, guys, and play the SHR Media promos. Thank you, Jeff.
Well said, Dave. I was picking my brain there. Well said what you just said there. Thank you, Dave.
You bet, man. And we will be right back right after these promos. This will be about 3.5 minutes long. Guys, you're listening to the English Defense League radio show, and we're talking primarily about the attack that occurred yesterday in Oldham at the Tommy Robinson rally, but we will get into some other things too later on. So here we go. We're going to run these promos, and we'll be right back with you in 3.5 minutes.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
From a public locker inside a dilapidated Long Island rail station comes a show designed to piss off liberals using truth, facts, and ridicule. The Lid Radio Show, featuring the conservative voice from the People's Republic of New York, the Lid himself, Jeff Dunnett. Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com. At Lid Radio, we fight for the truth, justice, and a good kosher T-bone. If you don't listen, Hillary Clinton might sneak into your bedroom in her housecoat late at night and blame you for her election loss. It's the Lid Radio Show with Jeff Dunnett.
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truths on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
The new show on the SHR Media Network, Sackheads Against Tyranny. On shrmedia.com. Go there quick like a bunny, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, every Wednesday. Live and direct on the SHR Media Network. shrmedia.com. Be there.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capital, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad. Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
There you go. Welcome back to the English Defense League radio show with your host, Jeff Spider Mitchell. And Jeff, we're covering the attack that occurred yesterday at the Tommy Robinson rally and some other things. But there was a piece of audio that actually it was a video that a lady took and posted up on Twitter, and it was taken down pretty fast.
Well, it was on Telegram because that's where I saw it, Dave.
Right.
And
yeah,
it was urgent as well. Yeah, Dave. Sorry, mate.
No, it's not a problem, man. That's where Jeff found it originally on Telegram, and it was a video off of Twitter as well. So she probably where she uploaded it to, I don't know, but it was repeated to Twitter, and it was gone from Twitter very quickly. Okay, now this here, guys, lasts a little over 3 minutes and 15 seconds long. Now, here's the thing. We do not have absolute confirmation that what she's going to talk about happened, but I think I have an explanation for it, okay? And I'm going to go ahead, with Jeff's permission, and play this one, and then we'll get into what I think it was, and we'll talk about it and some other things. So, Jeff, if you're ready, I'll go ahead and play this.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. Cheers.
All right, here we go, guys. This is the English Defense League radio show, by the way.
Guys, get the shades. There've been gunshots. Gunshots, man.
Who've we left?
No one, get out. Just get out, Tom. There's no one here. Gunshots have been fired.
Where's John and that? Have they got?
Checking it was the police shooting, Tom. Trying to scare people off. So, what's all that? Why are they all in there? Guys, gunshots have been fired in Oldham. Gunshots have been fired into the clouds. Get a cheers.
Where is it?
No, he's got guns. He's got...
I know. There's actually fire. They're actually shooting people. Yeah, I know.
Well, no.
Ryan, get to 97 with everyone we know.
Ryan, get to 97. Get to 97. Tom, get me the out of here, lad. We're going tonight. We're not stopping. We're not fighting. They've got guns. What the fuck are all Guys, get a cheer. The Muslim Defence League have started shooting into the crowds. Muslim Defence League have got... Listen, they've got guns up there. Shots are being fired. Get your kids in. Get your kids in. Shots are being fired.
Don't scare them to death.
No, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Just get them in. I'm sorry.
Calm down.
Do they need to know though, Tom? All the kids are sitting on the wall.
Thomas, move.
Yeah. Just let's get out of here. Arlene. Arlene, get in here!
Where's John?
No, Tom. No, get back in the car. John and Joel are together, they're coming. John and Joel are in the car, they weren't there. Get it, Arlene. Oh my God. Just get in.
Right, let's go to 97.
We're all going to 97. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, look.
Tom.
This is a car full of them.
Oh my God.
This is as well.
What are you going to do?
His as well.
What are you going to do? Get past Tom. Tom, they're blocking us in.
Oh
my God. Tom.
No, surely not. No, they're not. They're being nice.
Oh, no, it's not them. Fucking hell, thank God for that.
Oh, shit. Guys. Fuck's sake.
Go!
Get the fuck out of here, man. The Muslim Defence League, guys. The religion of peace. Yeah, open fire. Open fucking fire, man. Gunshots. Police couldn't police them. There's that girl there. Police could not control them.
Just let us get in.
No, she's with someone.
We need to get the army in.
Man,
you're not safe f***ing about your own, dude.
Get the f*** out of here.
What's the postcode, Arlene?
Oh, it's M9 something.
And that is it for this time. Next time, part 2. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and may your God go with you. Goodbye. The Unpleasant Blind Guy is copyright 2019. Anno Domini.